Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. Yeah, I'm here live in London. It is 11 o'clock at night. Yes, it's late, and I should be going to bed as soon as I've done this. Good evening, one and all. I hope you had a very blessed weekend. We're doing our nighttime devotion. The devotional is called To Be Like Jesus, and the title today is Invest to Glorify God, Not Self. 1 Samuel 2:3. Talk no more so very proudly. Let no arrogance come from your mouth. For the Lord is the God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. I was in the night season called upon to behold buildings rising story after story toward heaven. These buildings were warranted to be fireproof, and they were erected to glorify the owners and the builders. Those to whom these buildings belonged were not asking themselves, how can we best glorify God? The Lord was not in their thoughts. I thought, oh, that those who are thus investing their means could see their course as God sees it. They are piling up magnificent buildings, but how foolish in the sight of the ruler of the universe is their planning and devising. They're not studying with all the powers of heart and mind how they may glorify God. They've lost sight of this, the first duty of human beings. As these lofty buildings went up, the owners rejoiced with ambitious pride that they had money to use in gratifying self and provoking the envy of their neighbors. Much of the money that they thus invested had been obtained through exaction, through grinding down the poor. They forgot that in heaven an account of every business transaction is kept. Every unjust deal, every fraudulent act is there recorded. The time is coming when in their fraud and insolence, men and women will reach a point that the Lord will not permit them to pass. And they will learn that there is a limit to the forbearance of the great Yahweh. There are not many, even among educators and statesmen, who comprehend the causes that underlie the present state of society. Those who hold the reins of government are not able to solve the problem of moral corruption, poverty, pauperism, increasing crime. They're struggling in vain to place business operations on a more secure basis. If men and women would give more heed to the teaching of our Father's Word, they would find a solution of the problems that perplex them. Isn't that just how we are today? Obviously not all of us, but how the world is today. Big buildings going up and up, trying to make them different, trying to make them more special, trying to make them more shiny, trying to make them more sturdy or full of glass or full of steel, or more and more and more, as they said, trying to impress their neighbor. And the Father is not in their thoughts. Neither is he in ours many at a time either. We're trying to get a job, trying to get a job, trying to get a better job, trying to get more money. And we're not trying to draw closer to our Father, me included. more money, gratifying self, and provoking envy of our neighbors. If we would focus that bit more on the Father, on his influence, on his knowledge, on his love, on his faith to us, the fact that he condescended himself to come down here to be with us, to show us the way. If we would keep that in mind, he died for all of us. He died, sacrificed himself as a human for you and for me. And all we can think about is what we want, how we want, when we want, instead of, Father, let your will be done. Let's forget about buildings, cars, houses. Yes, we need to live, and we need to live somewhere. We just need to live. We just need a bed. We just need food. Very humbling. Have a good night.